Alright, man, Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. Look, so I did a video talking about Drake in a song called Man in the Mirror that he was supposed to release, and Ab-Soul kind of hinted towards it. But I have a video here that I want y'all to watch. He actually breaks it down very good, very clearly on the whole situation with Drake dropping a song called Man in the Mirror and it getting intercepted by Kendrick and his team. So we're going to watch that video and then come back and discuss. Before we do that, hey, listen, you already know. I don't sell no merch. I just have content. They call me the Hidden Gem. That's my name. Thank you. Appreciate it. So if you like the content and you haven't subscribed, I hope I earned your subscription today. Please forgive these smudgy shades. You know what I'm saying? I know some people come on here and they be putting makeup on and all types of stuff, but hey, I try to clean them, but I ain't got no cloth for it. So, but either way, we in here. So let's watch this video, man. And comment, So let's watch it. Let's go.
Over the past few weeks, Drake has been taking nothing but L after L, especially following the release and general popularity of Kendrick's Not Like Us, and based on some new info, he is getting ready to strike back once again.
I love leaking!
So to start things off, all of this info of course is courtesy of Playa, who has been the go-to insider for all things Kendrick and Drake beef for quite.
Okay, so the bull Playa, he does get some things wrong, but he also gets a lot of things right. I will say this. Sometimes we really don't know, because some of these people, they say they insiders, but they hear it from bloggers and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to discredit the bull. I'm just saying, like, you just gotta wait till it come out. Like, I mean, I respect leakers sometimes, but at the same time, like, I don't really get into all that. I like when it drops surprisingly anyway. So I don't like to know when something's gonna drop. I like when it comes and it's like, oh shit, damn, that's crazy. Like how Euphoria did, So let's go.
Few weeks now. Playa was the one who told us that both artists would be dropping on July 5th, which obviously never happened. So like always, I would take his claims with a grain of salt, remembering that people do change their mind on things, and something not happening doesn't mean Playa is automatically lying. Playa began by dropping the bomb that Drake is indeed planning on releasing another diss track aimed at Kendrick called Man in the Mirror that just so happens to sample the Michael Jackson song of the same name that was released in 1988.
Drake, man, come over here, man. Come over. What is this song gonna be about? You saying Man in the Mirror? Are you gonna be talking about yourself, or are you talking about somebody else should be looking in the mirror? Because the whole idea of the song Man in the Mirror is basically you talking to yourself and you got to make a change. So are you surrendering to Kendrick and saying, you know what, you are absolutely right about a lot of this stuff, so I'm going to get myself right? If Drake was to do that, I'll get my theory at the end, but let's go.
According to Playa, this song has several subliminal disses directed at not only Kendrick, but also other individuals that have poked Drake in the past few weeks, like Rick Ross. And supposedly the Ross diss bars are related to when his posse got beat up at a club in Toronto for playing Not Like Us. The whole situation...
I don't know if I believe that. He can't be that lame. I got to give Drake a little credit. You can't be that lame. I mean, I know you do some lame stuff, but that's way lame. That's way lame. Don't do that.
With Rick Ross and his crew getting into a fight is actually pretty hilarious, and also kind of wild that Toronto still rides that hard for Drake even after he's gotten absolutely dumpstered by Kendrick repeatedly.
But he didn't. It wasn't that didn't happen in Toronto. I think that was in Vancouver, but it didn't happen in Toronto. So just saying, maybe the guys were from Toronto. I don't know, but it didn't happen in Toronto. So
Playa then added that apparently Kendrick and his team have already heard a version of Man in the Mirror, probably on July 9th when this info was dropped, because we saw Ab-Soul send out a tweet that says we all need to look in the mirror. Playa did say that Ab-Soul was one of the people that heard the In Progress diss track, and obviously if you weren't aware, he is signed to Top Dog Entertainment, so him sending this tweet out was another small jab at Drake to show him that there's actual leakers within OVO. We then saw Playa double down on these Man in.
Now you see, this is why you can never listen to Rory Mal, all of these Drake stans, these Drake people who ride for Drake so hard. You see? Now, if this is true, Kendrick wasn't lying. And if he wasn't lying about that, let's just assume that he ain't lying about the daughter either. So my thing is, like, Drake's not a street dude. You don't understand. They got all this on lock, man. They know your every move. They know your every move. You need to fire your whole squad, bro, and get some new people. Even with that being the case, it's always going to be somebody that's going, like, you don't understand, bro. You really, really don't understand what you got yourself into. I think you really don't.
The Mirror claims, saying it's actually confirmed and going to happen. Later on in the day, he ended up expanding on the new diss track, saying that Drake's public relations team actually helped him with the song and provided him with things to rap about. We also found out that Drake is apparently going to address the pedophilia allegations again on this song, which plenty of people have been waiting for.
Bro, please don't. Please. You really ruining your career. This is what happens when you win so much, and when you lose, that's why they say a champion is not a great champion unless he can take a loss. This nigga right here, look at this shit, bro. If this is true, he's gonna address it again? Again? Come on, bro.
It's the success of Not Like Us. This is kind of funny because Drake already tried to address the allegations on The Heart Part 6, with him basically just denying them and saying he expected Kendrick to pull this move, but clearly that's not really doing much to convince the general public.
I never been with no one underage, but now I understand why this the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly there's a deeper message.
We did also get some bonus info on Kendrick's Not Like Us video development, with Playa noting a few days prior to the Man in the Mirror dump that there were indeed two main music video versions. One version was more of a West Coast celebration, and the other was fully clowning on Drake, and supposedly the one we got was the celebration version. This is probably some of the craziest info yet from Playa, because Drake already got clowned on multiple times in the version we got, so I can't imagine how hard he would have been destroyed, with the entire thing being focused on his downfall.
See, this is why you cannot be nice to these niggas. This is why. You see? He was going to drop something, and Kendrick ended up dropping the nicer version, the celebration version. Man, if he would have dropped that other version, oh my God. That's creepy. That's creepy. It kind of looks.
Now, I know that after the claims made last week, Playa is not exactly looking like the most trustworthy insider, but I think that's because there were actual dates and deadlines attached to the info that both Kendrick and Drake were dropping on the 5th. According to Playa, he still backs his previous statements, saying it wasn't something he pulled out of thin air, and both parties were intending to drop. But obviously at this point, it's kind of a trust me bro type situation. This Man in the Mirror info, however, is a lot less likely to get ripped apart because it's just saying something is going to happen soon, and here is that something with no dates or deadlines attached. I do think it's in Drake's best interest to keep this beef going if he wants to continue to capitalize off the money-making opportunities presented, but there's no denying that if he drops again, Kendrick is going to absolutely eviscerate him. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a
Eviscerate is the right word. So look, this is what I believe that Drake could do with Man in the Mirror, and I think that he could actually not to come back from Kendrick, because he ain't coming back from that. That's a wrap. He done got buried. How he can actually redeem himself and actually maybe kind of like get himself back into the good graces of the culture. So look, if he comes out with a song called Man in the Mirror, instead of dissing Kendrick Lamar, you should talk about yourself and your flaws and things that you've been through and the reason why you are the way you are. And you should apologize to the culture. You should let Kendrick get this win, this W. Let him get the W. Be like, look, he made me see things that even, and just swallow your pride, because you're still one of the biggest artists of all time. You can take this L, and then you can actually be a better and a different artist. You could reinvent yourself. You know what I'm saying? So all you have to do really is just concede. Yes, I lost to Kendrick. He made me see that I did use these artists, and I'm trying to be a better person. And from here on out, I'm going to do what I have to do to help the culture move forward. That's all you have to do. That's all he has to do. But see, the thing about Drake is he's too narcissistic. He would never do that. He would never do that. Because he's been winning so much, he don't know how to take a loss. So when you got somebody like Kendrick who put him on his ass and tell him like, look, bro, this is what it is. Like, and a lot of his fans, they don't want to admit it. They just don't want to admit it. They want to just pretend like nothing ever happened. They don't want to admit it. But if his fans was to tell him, and I ain't talking about his pop fans, is they different. They don't care what he raps or sings about. It doesn't matter to them. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. I'm talking about the culture fans, the people that's in the culture that like Drake. They should hold his feet to the fire and be like, look, bro, you took a L, come back different. Maybe drop a whole rap album. Maybe talk about something that you don't think that people would talk about. Maybe that they don't think you're talking about. Talk about do a whole rap album talking about how you were always picked on for being half black. And you wanted to be accepted. Just do that. Just be honest. Because you always win with honesty. For the most part. Not all the time. Sometimes you win. You be too honest. You lose everything. You still have your dignity though, but shit gone, nigga. But yeah, if he was to just say, you know what, I am not a part of the culture. I'm gonna admit that. I was going around I was faking. I was doing this. But I still have the love for it. And basically put it out there. But we know Drake. He ain't gonna do that. Take a L, please. And if you come back if you come back with the same thing you did on Heart Part 6 and it's just a little bit better, you can hang it up. Because first of all, anything you drop that has anything revolved around Kendrick, you're going to get obliterated. And you know it. Because you don't know what he has. And if he's saying he got 5 other joints, he probably got 20 now. You know what I'm saying? So either way. But like I said, man, it's all good. Hey, man, thank y'all for watching Torture Talk. You know what it is. See y'all. Peace. Bye. Go click them other videos, too, if y'all want to see something. And, yeah, man, I'll see y'all.